Hey guys, it's Allie here. Hopefully all of you are having a good week. I'm here to talk about Chapter 11 today, collaboration with families. I first wanted to start out with just a definition of what families are, because sometimes I think we get in our head that a family is just a mom, a dad, and the children. So the definition is two or more people who regard themselves as a family and who perform some of the functions that families typically perform. These people may or may not be related by blood or marriage and may or may not usually live together. So as I just talked about with the definition, the family is not just a mother, father, and children. Families could vary from single parents, step families, extended families, same-sex parents, grandparents, adopted or foster children. I believe it is very important when collaborating with families that you know what type of family you are dealing with, whether it is a single parent, extended family. You need to know who you're working with, who is considered the family of that child. In Chapter 11, it talked about a family system theory. Family system theory, the family is seen as a complex and interactive social system in which all members' needs and experiences affect others. So it starts out with Principle 1, no individual can be understood without recognizing how he or she fits within the entire family. I think it is very important when we are collaborating with families that we understand how the child fits in within the entire family. Principle 2, families need rules for structure and for change. I think it's important to have an understanding of the different roles that different families have with the students you are working with. I think that's very key to collaboration so that you are understanding how the family works and what they expect. Principle 3, family interaction with the school and community, extended family, and friends is essential to the life of the family. I think it's very important, once again, when we're collaborating with families to understand what is important to them, what they like and what they don't like. That is very important when collaborating. Also talked about in Chapter 11 was the family life cycle. Family life cycle is birth and early childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. It is important to be sensitive to the different life stages of the families in which you collaborate with. It is up to you to assist families in taking the appropriate steps to support their kids with a disability. So throughout these different stages of the family life cycle, it is important to know the appropriate ways to collaborate with each different stage of the life cycle, just because they're going through different life changes at different stages of their life. So it's important to know what way is appropriate to collaborate with those different stages. Another thing that was talked about in Chapter 11 was cultural influences. Professionals need to be able to deal with any diverse situation. This is very important. When collaborating with families, you need to know what culture and what ethnicity of a family that you are dealing with of the child that is in your classroom. Teachers need to be able to collaborate with families of diverse families and be sensitive to their cultural background. The teachers definitely need to know what kind of cultural background the family is of the child that they are dealing with. Don't want to be offending anyone or making anyone upset by what you are saying. The teacher should appropriately learn about a student's family culture. Once again, this is good for collaboration because the teacher knows what the family culture is like. Another part that was mentioned in Chapter 11 was family participation in decision-making. It is important to provide families with information so that they can help support their family member with disabilities. This is very important. The families are very unfamiliar with maybe some of the information that us teachers, who are supposed to be the experts, are aware of. So it is important to be their support system and help them along the way that they are making decisions for their family member or child. So the different kinds of communication that there is one-way information reporting. This is beneficial to keep the school and home aware of the child's experience and performance in both settings. Information is shared by notes, progress reports, or school home journals. The next one is informal meetings. These meetings are more relaxed and may be spontaneous These meetings can be held anywhere, anytime, and can just be casual talks, nothing serious. And then you have structured meetings. These are events that are scheduled to discuss a certain topic or an agenda. There is a structure and purpose to these meetings, and they may involve other individuals. So I think it was really important to discuss these 3 different ways of communicating and making decisions, because not everyone's going to want to communicate the same way. So these are 3 different ways that families can get answers and are able to collaborate with teachers. Here's some pros to collaborations with families. A pro is it's required under IDEA. Parents and families know their children best. This knowledge helps contribute to more effective education to benefit the child. And collaboration allows the families to make more informed decisions to benefit the child. Cons to collaboration with families. Families experience a wide range of different situations, and how much they are able to collaborate can vary. I think this is very important to remember sometimes. We expect a lot out of families and their support of their children in the classroom, but I think we also need to understand how much they are dealing with at home, and, sometimes time is a really crucial thing that they need to focus on, and sometimes can't always make that time. Families may experience barriers with schools and professionals, and it may seem like they're putting up fronts with the families. Sometimes the collaboration and communication isn't always the best, so this may look bad to families and think that we aren't wanting to work with them and collaborate. Some of the extra sources that I was able to find. The first one, Communicating with Parents. This is a great article that provides teachers with effective ways to talk with parents about their children. The second resource, American Federation of Teachers. This is another great website that gives great examples and strategies on how teachers can communicate with families effectively. It even gives you the opportunity to listen to a phone call between a family member and a teacher, so I think that's very beneficial. GenoPro, this is a great resource to understand what family theory system is. There are also different resources within the website that would be beneficial to use. I would suggest that this website would be beneficial for teachers and professionals. The Edmonton Regional Learning Consortium. This is a great resource for teachers to use when needing assistance with collaborating with families. There are multiple different videos that teachers can watch, as well as different guides and tip sheets. And then the last one is PBS Parents. This is a great resource for parents that have recently had a child identified as needing special education services. And this website gives parents 5 different things that they can do to work with their child's teachers. Thank you all for watching my toolkit, and hopefully you guys learned a little bit more information on how to collaborate with families. Thanks, guys.